Hey guys, Yxlarb here, and welcome to my new series, Forza Motorsport 6. This series will be very similar to Forza Motorsport 4, where I will be uploading one of these every Monday. I don't actually know when you're seeing this video. I'm recording it in mid-March. You'll probably see this late April or early May. But basically, Dying Light and all our other series that were going on are now finished, and we're on to the next phase, as it were. Now, we're actually going to jump in before I continue to talk about things, but basically, here's my current setup. This is how I play under most conditions. No suggested line, ABS off, normal steering, no traction or stability control, manual with clutch, cosmetic, and no rewind. And our drive avatar difficulty is, I'm usually set to above average with 25% CR credits. Limited aggression is off, and I just show the drive avatar liveries, whatever you want to fucking call them. I just call them vinyl. Sorry about that. But we're actually just going to jump right on in here. My starting car out of the 5 you can pick is a Honda S2000 CR, which was the final version of the S2000 made. And hopefully I don't lose a lot of subscribers by saying this, but I'm a giant Honda junkie. I know everything there is to know about Hondas. I drive a Honda myself. It's an EJ6 Civic sedan. You know, standard old D16 Y7 with Y8 parts. Honda people understand what I'm saying, otherwise, don't worry about it. Now, these are the three, this is one of the first of the three, not one of the first, the first of the 3 qualifying races that you basically need to do to get through everything. To, you know, have access to the real quote-unquote story mode and events and shit. You literally can't do anything until you complete these, so consider them warm-ups. So I'm not too concerned about anything, but before doing these races, you can't upgrade your car or change the way it looks or anything besides the paint and liveries. So, you know, that's why my car looks like this. I like it white, though. I'm going to keep it white, so you know that at least now. But anyway, I've been really looking forward to doing this series for a while now. If that was evident at all by me doing Forza Motorsport 4 back then. That was back in, it ended in mid-October. It only went on for a little over a month. The reason why it ended so abruptly, I was actually planning on at least making 10 episodes, but suddenly, you know, Forza 6 came out, and then, you know, the special Forza 6 Xbox One edition, Forza edition Xbox One came out, and I was like, I have to get it. Because I had no real interest in getting an Xbox One, really. Well, I did. I mean, obviously I wouldn't buy it just for Forza 6, but honestly, Forza 6 really justifies its existence. I mean, all my other games combined, I mean, I'd think about selling it, honestly, if I wasn't into it anymore, but Forza 6 keeps it around. God, I love Forza. But anyway, so that's why it ended abruptly, because I figured, you know what, Forza 4 is already outdated as is, because Forza 5 was out, and then Forza 6 came out. You know what, it just would not be worth keeping it around. But whatever, this game looks really nice, it plays really well. You know, very realistic. It's just Forza all around. Now, I apologize, my driving is a little appalling at the moment. It hasn't been that too bad so far, but I just got done playing Mario Kart Wii. Yeah, I went from that to this, right? It's totally life-changing. It's day and night fucking difference. You know, Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart is just so much fun. I can play it with anyone. Like, my fiance can actually play that with me, and she's not a video game junkie in any way. She basically plays Wii Sports and that. That's fine. That's enough for me. I don't really need a totally geeky girlfriend. Fiance, I mean. Sorry. I hope she's not watching this. Anyway. Like I said, I've been really wanting to get to this, but the thing is, we just had so many other projects we wanted to get through, and we got through a few of them now, and I actually don't know what else is playing alongside this. I have an idea of what it will be at this point, but I don't want to say anything now, because then what if I decided to change my mind? It won't be consistent with the other videos that are uploaded. So I don't want to give anything away. I'll just let you guys figure it out, because tomorrow or the day before this, you will have already seen what's going on. So yeah, not really all that complicated to figure out. But yeah, I'm really glad to be playing this. God, I love Forza, like I said. I mean, I've probably put... This isn't my main account. This one's called Yxlarb, D-I-Z. My main account, if you guys are curious at all, is just Yxlarb1, Y-X-L-A-R-B 1. This one's just made, you know, for walkthroughs. That's basically its whole existence.
And other special items that I'll show you later. You'll also earn experience points, or XP for short. XP increases your driver level and affinity level. I'll share more details on these in the coming races. Nice work passing your first qualifying race.
Alright, we're going to the next race straight away.
We're off
To the
a nice
Yxlarb circuit.
Yxlarb circuit. With track temperatures cooling after sunset, your car's tires won't provide as much grip. Your challenge will be to find the limit of traction without going over it in order to win here.
Yeah, sure. Say whatever you will. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I wasn't really planning on playing with anyone online, but you know what? If you're interested in doing so, I definitely wouldn't have a problem with it, obviously. So, you know, let me know if you are into that. But at this point, who knows? Who knows where I'm at, you know, months from now when this video is actually going up. This is my first solo video I've done in a while. The last time I went solo was back in the Sonic Adventure DX.
Start the race.
God.
Select mods, and I'll introduce you to this powerful new feature.
Yeah, let's see it.
Mods give you a whole new way to fine-tune your experience. Whether you want to go even faster or raise the stakes, mods give you the tools to make it happen. Select the starter pack to open it and see what mods you get. Reveal your new mods here, then press A and I'll show you how to apply them.
I know how to apply that. Oh, I have to go through all of them, for real.
Here, you can choose which mods you'll use. Some mods are permanent, while others are good for only one race.
Yeah, okay. So basically, you've got these, the boost cards. These are one-use items, so we'll use we'll just use this because it's worthless.
Slot to apply your mod. You have successfully applied your first mod.
You can only have one of those green boost mods at a time. So see, I can't add. Oh wait, whoa! I was wrong. I meant for these. Sorry, like this, a crew card. This one adds 6% grip, and on the Yxlarb circuit, which we just happen to be on, it adds an extra 6%. So there we go. We have 12% extra grip and 1 grid position. We're starting in 11th place. You can buy mod packs, but I don't know. Some of them really aren't worth it. I don't know. If you're really into that, sure. But me, I like to play without them anyway when I'm playing competitively. So that's not going to be my thing. Let's just jump into the next race because I want to do all 3 qualifying races this video. Alright, here we are playing at night. Like she said, our grip is going to be affected. Not really all that badly. Honestly, I don't even know if I notice a difference. I mean, maybe I would if I really, you know, paid attention, but I don't think it's a problem. In case you guys don't recall, I like to drive as cleanly as possible. You know, if I end up hitting someone, I'm not going to restart the race or anything, but I like to play as though I'm racing in real life. You know, obviously I don't want to trash my own car. Usually because, you know, when I'm racing in real life, there's no money at stake, so why do I want to trash my car and get nothing out of it besides a win? Okay, I totally wasn't looking at the map on that. Let's save ourselves. Downshift, we're good. Yeah, we're not out of this race. We're doing fine. But yeah, so, yeah, first solo video in a while. Sonic Adventure DX was the last time I did a project on my own. Bosniancheese got a lot of the spotlight, and that was actually on purpose because pretty soon, I'm assuming, it's going to be summer break, and he's going home for summer break. He doesn't live up here. We're both in a college town at the moment. But he lives on campus, because you have to for your first year. But me, I'm in my 3rd year currently, and I live off campus with my fiance, so I don't go home. Obviously, I go home to visit, but I don't live home anymore. I guess this is home, but I don't know. I have a hard time calling a temporary place home. But it's a decent enough area. But so, he's going to go home, and obviously the equipment's going to stay with me. And, yeah, so basically it's going to be me mostly all summer. Unless we got our one collaboration project done. Hopefully we did, because if we did get it done, you'll be watching it this Friday, maybe. So, like I said, I don't really want to talk about what it is, because who knows if it's actually going to happen or not. So I'm not going to spoil anything in case it doesn't happen. Because we'll probably do it again in the future at some point if we don't do it right now. So, yeah. Here we go. But yeah, so it's basically going to be me all summer. until I think he moves up here early August, and then he's going to be off campus. So this is going to be the only summer problem we have, I believe, unless he decides to, you know, sublet his places for the next few summers. But you know, you can't always be affording to go live at home every summer, especially if you have a job. Like me, I have a job up here and I've got commitments and all that. I can't just, you know, go home for 3 or 4 months out of the year. It just won't work. So that's not an option for me, but you know, who knows? Could be someday. But I'll probably be done with school before then. Anyway, you're probably wondering what this series is actually going to be. What kind of videos will you see? Well, really, the variety is going to be just as big, if not bigger, than Forza Motorsport 4. You know, I'm going to have collaboration videos, I'm going to have drift videos, going to have, you know, budget build videos, competition videos, comparisons. I mean, literally everything under the sun. Drag racing videos. Actually, episode 6 of Forza 4 was going to be a drag racing video, but ended up not happening, obviously, because I decided to cancel the project at the time. And I'm glad I did it. You know, that, like I said, that game's outdated and wasn't getting the kind of attention I thought it should or deserved. Besides one particular video, episode 2, the one with the fit track build, just for some reason keeps getting hundreds and hundreds of views, whereas everything else is still sub 100. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, but that always happens. You always have just one random successful video. Speaking of being successful, for those who don't know, Bosniancheese and I were on YouTube at this point, like maybe 2.5 years ago, honestly, but as separate channels. We ran separate shows. Now, I'm pretty sure his channel is still active, but well, it's not active. It's still up on YouTube. It's not deleted, but there's nothing on it. Everything's deleted off of the channel. But near the end, we merged onto one channel. We merged onto mine called the Yxlarb and Bosniancheese, and that's actually this channel. Well, that was years ago. But then we had all sorts of technical difficulties, and I went to college, and I lived in the dorms, and I just couldn't do videos, you know, with the roommate I had. He did homework 8 hours a day. He's a fucking electrical engineer major. So now, those of you who are engineering majors definitely understand why he was so busy. So it just made it impossible. So we decided to just call it quits at the time. Plus we didn't have good equipment like we do now. You know, we can record HD stuff now thanks to our PVR2. And it's just a much better situation all around for everyone. So, yeah. We decided to come back to it, and don't worry, this is all looping around to something. I'm not going nowhere with this. I was talking about success. And we figured, hey, rather than starting a new channel, why not just go on the exact same channel we had? You know, we have like 650 subscribers on there. Maybe maybe there's a lot of people waiting for us to come back. So that was the thought, see? But we came back and got like 0 views. I mean, well, not like 0. We probably got an average of like 10 to 15 at first, and then 15 to 20 a little bit after that. But I don't know, it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, where are all these subscribers? And a lot of them started closing their accounts, so our number just kept going negative. In fact, at the time of me recording this, we're at 661, whereas when we started, we were at 675. So that just kind of gives you an idea of, you know, the accounts that are closing and old people no longer being interested, etc.
First prize spin. You could win a credits windfall, mod packs, or even a brand new car. Press A to stop the spin and see what you win.
Alright, now this is something I want to talk about in this game. So, for each driver level, you get something like this. You have 9 squares, a few of them are that are constantly flashing, but you basically have your general, you know, a few tens of thousands of dollars, you know, smaller amount, $10,000, a few cars, you can have mod packs in here, and then you have one quote-unquote grand prize. Now, some of these are just set up. Some of them are set up very specially, and you'll always get the same one sometimes. Like here, you'll always get the Bugatti Veyron. It'll just happen.
You won
See?
A new car.
It appears as though it's random, but usually, well, not usually. Usually it is random, but here clearly it's not. This is the 3rd or 4th time I've gone through this. It's been the Bugatti Veyron every time. Every time. So don't listen to it. Don't let it trick you. Now we're going to the Circuit of the Americas.
Takes place at the Circuit of the Americas. The most critical section here is the tight corner leading onto the front straight, and the great overtaking area leading uphill into turn 1.
There we go. But anyway, today is actually the first day of spring break for me this year that I'm actually recording this. It's been great so far, I guess. I was planning on going to Seattle for, about 4 or 5 days with my fiance and a couple friends, but she has way too much work to do, and I figured, you know what? It's too busy of a time anyway. I really want an actual break and not do anything for like a week or so. It just...
Select Drive-A-Tar difficulty and tailor your opponent's skill to be a perfect match for yours.
So I figured it would just be better like this. God, I want to remove that one. Well, I don't want to remove it fully. I just want it up here. Yeah, I know. OCD, whatever. But here we go. Let's just start the race. Now, one cool thing about this game, and just Forza in general, when I first got my Xbox One, obviously I transferred my exact same account from my 360 to that. And since it detected previous Forza save data, it gave me like an extra $5 million to start. And at this point, I'm like level 80 something, maybe 90 something on my personal account, and I have like $20 million. I'm just filthy rich. I can literally buy anything I want. I can buy any car and fully modify it right now. No hassle, no grinding money necessary. It's great. It's just so great. There we go. Yeah, this is the last of the qualifying races, which is nice because I'm just getting restless over here. I want to turn off this fucking vibrating option for the controllers, and yeah, that's the biggest thing. But also I want to fucking tint my windows. Oh no, that was a big mistake. That was a big mistake to make. Let's get back on it. Yeah, this is kind of a confusing track. There's a lot of ways you can go. That was a pretty sweet drift there. Not totally on purpose. It just kind of happened, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be a little violent this race, just I've been a nice guy. Let's just get to it. There we go. Now, I actually don't know what the next video is going to be, but I think you guys might remember my brother, actually 2 brothers, that I was talking about back in the Resident Evil 5 walkthrough, how they were going to start up a collaboration YouTube channel of their own, and be not doing the exact same games as us, of course. I mean, I'm sure they'll be able to do some crossover. I mean, just because we did Halo 1 doesn't mean they're not allowed to do Halo 1, But basically, they will be different from the get-go, and they have a different style than us. But he, I hope at this point at least, has actually started getting into making videos, and if he has, and has practiced, some commentary and stuff, he'll be able to join in some of these collaboration videos with me, as well as Bosniancheese and my other brother, Denny. My brother's names are Andy and Denny. They don't have an official YouTube name at this point, so I'm just going to refer to them as that until I actually know. So, yeah. Now, basically, without giving away the series, whenever you're seeing this, it's probably not the first Monday of the month. Now, the reason why I say that is because Bosniancheese and I actually plan for him to have his own series that goes on once a month for the first Monday of every month. So basically, 12 a year. Doesn't sound like that much, but they'll be longer videos, like half an hour to 40 minutes. And I don't want to say what they are, just in case we haven't implemented it yet. But I really hope you guys will enjoy that. I have a lot of experience on YouTube by this point, and I know for a fact that if you start getting into a niche, it's going to be hard to get out of it. For example, if you start out doing all Nintendo games for like 5 years and then try to branch out, people, I mean, obviously people will be accepting, but not everyone will be. A lot of people will hate that. So for me, I like to be diverse from the get-go. Implement diversity before anything else. Hence why we started with Sonic and Resident Evil, and then introduced Dying Light, and then we have racing, and it's just all types of niches into one, and we're really trying to expand even more. Now, obviously, if you expand too much, you're trying to satisfy everyone, and then no one gets satisfied because they're not getting enough content of what they specifically want. Like, say I decided to do Forza every day for 6 months, and then decided to do Pac-Man every day for 6 months. I mean, how many people do you think would stick around for 6 months worth of Pac-Man? if they were really here for Forza. You know, so if any of you are trying to become YouTubers, you know, you're aspiring YouTubers, keep that sort of thing in mind. Obviously, do what makes you happy. That's the most important thing. I know it sounds cliche, but I totally preach this, and I practice it as well. If I'm not having fun doing a video, I know you're not going to enjoy the video. If I'm not in the mood to play Forza, I'm not going to record a Forza video because I know it's not going to be good. It's really that simple. So, yeah. There we go. Look at that, $65,000. Nope, not another driver level. But there's our first affinity.
Manufacturer affinity level, you receive a credits reward.
Yeah. Affinity, unlike in Forza 4, doesn't do much for you here. It basically just gives you extra money. But that's fine. Money's cool.
Congratulations. You've successfully completed the qualifying series. Welcome to the Super Street volume. Let's learn more about the cars of Super Street.
For most of us, our first, and sometimes only, taste of racing comes on the streets. If you love cars, this is where it all starts. In the empty parking areas, and on the city streets where you race your mates between stoplights. We do this in the very first cars we owned, or the ones we saved up for later. Then we fiddled with the engines and the suspension until they went faster, and added stripes and stickers so they looked faster too. It's the same around the world, whether it's on Japanese mountain roads, on Britain's back lanes, or America's superhighways. We're talking about affordable heroes, cars that bring performance to the people. Whether they're smoking around a parking lot or hammering along a city circuit you designed yourself. They aren't the most expensive, and they won't win every drag race. But they all prove one thing. You don't need $1 million to have a car with a big heart.
Each division contains a group of cars from a specific car's subculture. Select one of the highlighted divisions below to choose a car from its roster.
Thank God she's letting me finally control stuff. Anyway, here's what's going on. So, basically, here's the gist of it. We've got our Stories of Motorsport. It's at 0%. We have to complete all 5 volumes, and we have to complete, like all subculture genres in each challenge series, which there's 3 of in each volume. It's kind of complicated. We can get into that later. And the showcases, looks like we can't do it yet, but basically that's just extra events. Basically like the events section in Forza Motorsport 4. But yeah, guys, I gotta tell you, those little intro scenes into each of the volumes and all that, they really hit home, you know? I mean, a lot of what they say applies to most car enthusiasts, and that's really cool in itself. But one more point before I wrap it up for today. I really want you guys to know that I'm going to make it my goal to appeal to the car enthusiasts in you guys. I'm not really going to be speaking as my normal self. I like to change up, not who I am, but how I address topics based on the genre of the game I'm playing. Obviously, if I'm playing Sonic, I'm in a Sonic mindset. If I'm playing with cars, I'm all about the cars. I will be using car terminology. I will be using engine codes and chassis codes. Not everyone will understand all of them. Obviously, it depends on what you're into, but I want everyone to feel right at home with cars. And I want you guys to know that I know about cars. I'm not just some random guy trying to get a bunch of views. I know what I'm talking about, and that's just how it is. Anyway, stay tuned for next Monday. Who knows what the hell's going to happen? That's what I really like about this series. It goes on once a week. It's going to be a nice video each time, entertaining, hopefully, to you guys. And hopefully it's going to stick out much longer than Forza Motorsport 4 series did. I'll see you guys next Monday.